I love the colorful clothes she wears and the way the sunlight plays.
Hello traders, welcome back. Connor, how you doing?
I'm well, Scott. How are you?
Oh, I'm excellent, and thank you again for joining us through your exams. They're all over now as well, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're all done, Scotty.
Lots of high distinctions, and thanks for coming.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, we're an educated bunch here at Trade Talk, so we're university educated.
What was your degree?
It was actually sports science, so there we go. So it's not really relevant to this, but well, Walter Peters, what did he study? Psychology. So I mean, we're an interesting bunch on the Naked Forex Now forum. But
that guy from The Big Short was a doctor.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's a good point. So, and I think who else? James Kensington used to be a paramedic, believe it or not, when he wasn't, large like he is now. So, I probably should have said that. Anyway, we do this unscripted. This is unscripted, everyone. Now, Connor, I've got the New Zealand Swissy Daily up. Did you want to discuss with the viewers? You're not in this trade, but what you see and why it's a possible short here.
Yeah, so as you can see, Scotty, if you point out the kangaroo tail,
yep,
it's got lots of space to the left.
It does. It's sweet. Yeah.
It's got lots of space to the left. It's closed well within the last third.
Yep.
The current candle has gone lower than the previous candle, so that hits a lot of the criteria for a possible bearish entry into the New Zealand Swissy. However, well, do you want to talk about my atrocious drawdown at the moment?
Yes. All right.
Yeah, I'm currently 10% down for the year.
And what is that against one system, or what systems is that?
No, it's the system. So it's the trendy Ben trade system.
Yep.
And taking the kangaroo tails as well. If any opportunity, whether it's a trendy kangaroo or a reversal kangaroo, like we just pointed out in this case. So that can be a little. It's been a little bit frustrating, but I'm just making sure that I'm sticking to my rules and holding my grit.
And this would be particularly relevant as well because a lot of novice traders, that's who we're trying to appeal to. So what does that represent with, in monetary terms? Obviously, everyone needs to understand this is a demo account, but it's treated the same as a live account. It's difficult, but, that's how we treat this. So what does that represent in dollar terms for you, Connor?
So, yeah, I've started off with a $100,000 account. I'm down.
Yep.
I'm down $10,000 in imaginary money. So I can't buy my imaginary boat.
No, not quite yet. So how are you approaching this, and what's the strategy now?
So we talked about this together as you are my trading partner. Once I get to the 15%, that's where I'm going to. There's going to be a bit of the alarm bells. We're going into crisis meeting. But I'm just going to back off from the charts for a bit, retest the same system and the kangaroo tail and the Ben trade, and take it again from there. I'm not going to change the system because then, of course, you have that circle of doom.
And what I'm doing now, Connor, is I'm highlighting Forex Tester 3. So for individuals who are new to this whole process, Forex Tester 3 is the way to go. You might be able to purchase Forex Tester 2. I'm not sure, but if you can't, download Forex Tester 3. It's going to be a little bit of money. It'll be a few $100 US, but in the long run, it's going to be extremely beneficial. So, institutional traders that we know that are on the forum and professional traders, they all do this. So they might seem silly, like why not just jump in with real money, but just reassuring you guys that this is the method that works. So the more trades you do in practice, the more you learn, and you don't lose any money if you actually have a losing streak, which happens to everyone. So that's a good point, Connie, you bring up with your back testing as well. All right. So what I'll do now is I've transitioned to the Oanda page here, and just before, guys, we get into potential trades and everything that I'm taking. Probably should have done this earlier, but again, it's unscripted. The risk disclaimer. So everyone, please understand that we're doing this as an educational type video series. So once a week we discuss, how we're doing, and we're not offering any signals or any hot tips. So please learn the process of Forex. Learn what works for you. We give you our resources that we've learned from. And, if you want to go from there, please do. There are free resources available. But, if people are saying pour money into a live account straight away, please don't do that. Learn risk management. Risk 1 to 2% of trade. That's all. If it's any more, really, it could get messy pretty quickly. So be very careful and don't really go to the low time frames straight away. And just be careful, guys. And this is not professional advice. All right, so after we got that out of the way, what I'll do is I'll bring up the New Zealand yen pair and I'll explain my thoughts on this. All right, so this is on the daily chart, Connor, as well, and daily for everyone else following. And so as everyone can see here, the bands, there's expansion. So what's happening is we've got the upper band going northwards and the lower band going southwards, and it suggests a potential breakout. It's already sort of happened, but once you've found that, then you go and you look at the price action. So what we've learned, with the, Walter Peters teaching and whatever. And to me, it's speak of the devil, we were just talking about kangaroo tails, and that's what's on show. So my concern, again, and Connie, you brought this up as well on the New Zealand yen, was there some potential resistance as well around this 80.7 to 80.5 sort of level as well?
Yes, I did mention that too.
So guys, what that means is that there's a potential for it to bounce off this level and to not continue on. And obviously, psychologically, that's a little bit frustrating, because what will tend to happen if it's well established, it's just going to float around there, and it may take multiple, attempts to either break through or bounce back off again and head down and hit your stop loss, and you lose money and you get sad. So that's what I'm mindful of, guys. So I like this expansion, but just to show that you've got to tick the boxes, and that's why it's good to have someone who's familiar with trading and your method to a certain degree, so you can maybe talk to him about that or her and say, look, this is what I'm thinking. Why am I taking this trade? And you got to justify yourself, because if it isn't looking good, you'll see it and go, oh shit, it looked good to begin with, but it's a bit of a no-go. So what else? I'll bring up the Aussie Singapore dollar as well. I'm not sure. Can you get that up on your charts?
No, I can't get it up.
All right, I'll explain the situation here. So it's similar, but it's slightly different. So it's, as you can see, it's less well established, and so the New Zealand yen had been going further for a little while longer as well, but the expansion is quite sweet. And so the thing about trend trading is sometimes getting in, once it's gone on for a long time, you have to realize that it will go in ebbs and flows. So it'll go up for a little bit and then, hold and might retrace a little bit and then back again. So there's a lot of potential here, but for me, I'm not super aggressive. So I'm probably going to have to pass on this one as well. So really the trade of the week so far is Connor's, which has been this one here. So how would you play this, Connor? If would you have it, where would the entry be potentially, just looking at this chart?
On the Swissy?
New Zealand, yep.
So it's because it's a bit later in the day, I'd probably just take it now. I don't know if that's...
No, I know. So what we're talking about, guys, is so now is really, it's nearly New York time and London's been going. So that's where there's a lot more volume. In Asia, there's not as much really.
It's 10:30 here, which is the same time as Sydney, Melbourne.
Yeah.
10:30 p.m.
And you're 10 hours in front of New York. So, I mean, the markets will really open at 9:30 New York time. So, but currencies are obviously active now. But that will be where, you know, the main volume is. So, and guys, if something like this happens on Monday, the reason why I kind of just didn't get in immediately is because Monday is not the best time. What will happen is sometimes on Monday, the reverse will happen for the rest of the week. So it might be extra bearish, but then the rest of the week it might be bullish. So this formed, but didn't do anything else though. It just sort of stopped, which is a good sign. So, you know, potentially, you know, would you play it 10 pips below the low of the kangaroo tail, or you would just make a market entry now and then
make a market entry now, to tell you the truth, if I was being honest with you, Scotty.
Where would the stop loss be? Yeah, I would
71289.
Yeah. No, I see that.
You can see that.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, would you have anything against a market order?
Well, if you're there right in front and you've got time to set things and you're on the computer, it's fine. My concern would be if you're on the phone, guys, if people aren't familiar, you have minimal features. It's a little bit harder. And I don't have great eyesight, so things are going on crazy. But if you have time,
you've got everything going for you, Scotty.
Yeah, my red hair, short. It's tough. But so we've established that, guys. Look, I mean, most people, like, you know, institutional traders that we've learned from would frown upon that, but I mean, it's pretty prime, ready to go. I mean, what about this current candle that's printing now, Connor? What is there a concern there, or what are your thoughts on that?
No, because that's showing that, to me, is just showing that it's bearish as well, and there's indecision going on. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, it's not a negative sign to me. Really, that's pretty good. You know, it's not like the best, but it's not terrible. It's probably 70% positive in your favor and 30%. And where would your target be? Would it be the next zone?
So, yeah, it'd be the next zone down, which is like 68947 I've got.
All right, I'll set that, guys.
If you have a look, on the weekly resistance.
Yeah, nice. Yep. So it's about 6897, guys, as well. Oh, it's already 12 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, what I'll do...
Look, we'll see what happens next week to that trade.
We will.
You know, judging on my current experience.
And also, guys, if you want to follow us on Twitter, we also post other things up as well. If we make another video about backtesting or anything, so it's at Trade Talk Pippin. We've got... It's finally cracked. So we were holding at 2650 for a while, and now we've got 2,677. So thank you to everyone who is following, and for the few people that watched the video, we appreciate it. And stay tuned, guys. We're going to keep on making these, and you know, obviously we'll try and, you know, improve and progress. And you know, we're happy to offer people help and assistance. And the forum is the best way, though. That's where the professionals are. So,
and that's Naked Forex now.
That's right. Easiest way to do that is to Google search it, and Walter's put up a great video of how to get involved, okay? Connor, thanks for participating, and I hope you have a great week, and good luck if you do get into the trade as well.
Okay. See you later, Scotty.
See you, traders. Thanks for watching. Bye.